Hey everyone.
I'm Jane.
I'm Kitten.
As you know, my name is Pat. It's that time again. It's time for another episode of the Kinky Christian Podcast. We are here one more time.
Woot, woot, woot.
Hopefully not our last. We're going to keep doing this until they
Boot us
boot
off.
us off all the podcasting platforms and YouTube, and probably put us in chains, and who knows what else they'll do. Not in a good way, Kitten.
Oh,
But you did find us again. We are the Kinky Christian Podcast. You see it? We are. This is Kitten.
hi. And Master.
Hi.
We need a nap in case you can't tell.
Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't say I forget, but when you're a kid, you fight nap time so much.
Yeah.
And then you get to be our age and you're like, what the heck was I thinking?
Naps are the bomb.
Naps are great. Oh. So anyway, we are going to wrap up the book of Leviticus.
Yay.
Leviticus is a rough one because, again, as you've seen in the last few episodes, it gives us the law, like not just the 10 Commandments, but it gets very detailed into everything. And, of course, we only covered the sexual aspect of it all, but it talks about everything.
Yeah.
You know, it's the giving of the law. So we're going to wrap that up, and there's not much to talk about. So unless we get squirreled again and see shiny objects and go off on our own little tangent, this could be a very short episode.
And that's okay.
Is that okay?
That is okay.
That's always okay for you because it's nap time
Yes.
or cheesecake
It's actually
30.
Cheesecake 30. Yeah.
Yeah, I know my kitten. All right. So we only got a couple verses to talk about, and we kind of saved them and set them apart till the end. One, because that's the order in which it goes. But two, I think these verses are where some people get confused, and I could be wrong, but in my head, I think this is where things get a little confusing for some.
Makes sense.
So we're going to start in Leviticus 21, and we're going to go with verse 7. So pay attention because it says a lot, but then we need to clarify some things. So it says, they must not marry women defiled by prostitution or divorced from their husbands. Right?
Right.
So you think, so prostitutes can't get married and divorced women can't get married. But then you finish it says, because priests are holy to their God. These are instructions for priests, not the general population.
Right.
And basically, this whole chapter of Leviticus, chapter 21, when you read it, there is a lot going on in this chapter. However, what some people tend to forget about or overlook or flat out ignore, this is all for priests.
Yep.
This whole chapter talks about the priests. In fact, the very first verse in Leviticus 21 says, the Lord said to Moses, speak to the priests, the sons of Aaron, and say to them. So right off the bat, we know this only applies if we're going to go into the priesthood.
I am not.
Oh, neither am I.
No.
I am not. So yeah, understand when it says they shall not marry a woman defiled by prostitution or divorced from their husbands. That's only for the priests. We've already seen earlier in the Bible that you can marry prostitutes. You can marry divorced women. Mm-hmm. You know, in fact, in some cases, it was necessary by law to marry a divorced woman. or a widow, or
Yeah.
it gets very convoluted sometimes back then. But keep in mind that's only for a priest. And this next passage, I think, is one of the ones that gets confused the most, because they always talk about, oh, you can't have sex before marriage. You got to be a virgin before you get married. And the church always pushes that.
Yep.
I think, and I could be wrong, I think this is where it comes from. So we're going to look at Leviticus 21, and it's going to be verses 13 to 15. I'll let you take this one, kitten.
The woman he marries must be a virgin.
Right there.
Right there.
So people read that and say, oh, well, you got to be a virgin.
Yep.
No,
Not true.
only for priests.
He must not marry a widow, a divorced woman, or a woman defiled by prostitution, but only a virgin from his own people, so that he will not defile his offspring among his people. I am the Lord who makes him holy.
So the reason that this is when God brought the Israelites out of Egypt and had the 12 tribes, he set aside a group of people to be the ones who serve them. Okay? So Aaron and his sons were the ones who God chose to be the ones to serve God. So his whole lineage are the ones who are supposed to be the priests and the men of God.
They're the ones who need to marry the
So,
virgins.
right. And they also need to stay amongst their own people, so that way that lineage stays pure, so they are always the ones that serve God.
Okay.
That is why this is in there. It's not in there for the congregation as a whole. It's not in there for at the time there are Israelites, but now we're just Christians. It's not in there for all of us. It's in there for the priests. So now there is no lineage. Priests are, I highly doubt every preacher out there today is a descendant of Aaron.
Yeah, because there's a lot of preachers. I mean, we could be wrong.
Could be wrong. I
Could
mean,
be, and,
but I'm gonna hazard a guess and say no. So this verse, this section, it's going to be difficult to do a lot of it. You can. Well, I shouldn't say it. It's really going to only be difficult to do the one, a virgin from his own people.
yeah.
Who's our people?
Who's our people? I don't
So-
know how that's going to work these days, but
Yeah.
we're going to fail.
Well, we fail at so much anyway.
Right.
So
That's why there's forgiveness and grace.
exactly. So but I do believe I could be wrong. We'll find out as we continue to go. But I do believe this is where a lot of people
Get tripped up.
get
with
tripped
the-
up, because they see the woman he marries must be a virgin.
Yep.
If I read that, I'm going to think, oh, well, then I can't have sex until I get married.
Yep.
However, that's not the case
Nope.
so far.
So far.
Now, if you go back and watch some of our previous episodes, you'll see what happens if you have sex with a woman who is promised to someone else, or if you have sex with a slave before they're married. I mean, it never says any of it's a sin or wrong or disgraceful. It just says you must, depending on the situation, you must do this, or
There are
this.
some, or you will die.
Yeah, but it's not if you have sex with someone before they're married or something.
Right.
That's if you bang your mom or your aunt or
Right.
a goat.
Don't do that.
So anyway, we're going to keep digging into this, but understand these passages that we just read to you are all the passages that deal with relationship and sex, specifically to priests.
Yes.
So if you're going to be a priest, pay attention. Or if you are a priest, pay attention. If you're not, these do not apply to you. You get a pass. Yeah. So, but this does wrap up Leviticus.
Yes, it does.
So 3 books down, 63 more to go.
Okay.
I think some of these are going to go quick anyway, because, I mean, you read like Judges or Kings, and
Yeah, there's probably not.
there's not a lot going on there. But then you're going to hit like Solomon.
There's going to be a lot in that
And
book.
I would imagine we're going to be talking about Solomon quite a bit. So it's not bad to have a simple one every once in a while, short,
No,
simple.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. So again, if you have any questions, if you want to reach out and talk to us, if you want to tell us where we're wrong, if you want to share your experiences, if you want to, whatever you want to do, if you just need a safe space to talk, email us at the Kinky Christian Podcast at gmail.com. You can leave a comment below. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can like and subscribe and share. You can comment and on some of the podcasting platforms. You can rate us. You can, if you want to see us keep going, we would appreciate it. So until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and God bless.